Well, hello everyone. It's been a while since we did a vlog. Reasons for that we'll explain in an upcoming vlog. But I just thought I'd release a piece we did with this animation with it as well on how we reversed the boat back onto our pontoon after we'd been out for a pump out. It was a bit of a dreary day, and this animation you see is a bit more perfect than it actually was. But I just thought I'd show through this animation just to talk to what you were going to see in the video clip. So basically at the bottom we have the mooring pontoons, and at the top the big grey block is the service pontoon. So basically we backed away from the service pontoon, aided by a little bit of a push as we went away, and we did something called winding, which is to put the boat into a forward gear and push against the service pontoon. And if you push the tiller hard over, the back of the boat goes in the direction that you've pushed the tiller, because the front of the boat can't go anywhere. So if you push it hard to the right, then the boat nose tries to go to the left but can't, so the back of the boat goes to the right. And this is what allows us to sort of swing, as you see in this animation, first backing up the boat, then as we get near a point we want to pivot, we go into first gear, forward gear, and push the tiller hard over. And when we reach the point at which we're straight with the pontoon, then we engage reverse gear, and as you see here, we just back neatly into the mooring pontoon. Or at least that's the theory, and it didn't work out too bad in practice, and of course it's always affected a little bit by the wind, so let's see how that goes. And here we are on the service pontoon. That's Carol just walking away. She's going to carefully control the bow of the boat. I think in the animation I was using the non-nautical terms, so it's bow and stern rather than nose and back. You can tell I'm not a nautical man. As I said, it's a drizzly day, and here you can see that the camera is also a little bit fogged or wet from the damp on that day, and we got grey clouds. So never mind, it was enjoyable all the same. Now we are about to back off the pontoon. I'm at the back giving it a little push away from the side here, and apologies that there's no rearward facing camera. We obviously just did a quick setup of the camera facing forward here, and it was in a little waterproof jacket, but it managed to pick up through the steel hull some quite incredulous sounds of grinding. You probably can't hear the soundtrack very well at all. Didn't sound that bad, certainly from where I was. I think it's just the vibration. So we're backing up from the service pontoon. You can see the diesel pump there, and the pump out is just left of it, and you can already see the back of the boat is sort of moving away from the service pontoon, and we're trying to keep the nose in, and Carol's got it on the rope anyway. But of course, while I'm backing away, it might also be backing off the service pontoon, so she's got to keep a bit of a pull on that, and I've got to make sure I don't back away too fast and create a big gap or a pull on her. I don't want to pull her into the marina water. So we're already starting to turn, so I have in this done a bit of a partial wind, but the nose is not in the right place yet. And in fact, you'll see when we get there we do pull it a little bit too far, given the wind was coming at us and blowing the nose a bit too far to the left. But luckily our neighbour was on hand to help, as you'll see when we start backing in, to keep the nose pushed away from his boat. So now I'm just backing away a little bit still, so Carol can pull the boat along to where we think the pivot point should be. Of course, if I've got some forward gear on here and actually touching the service point, then there's no way she can pull the boat along, because it's just too heavy and pushed against the service pontoon. So if I back away a little bit just to create a bit of a gap, she can pull it along. And she does pull it to about, or the pivot point is about where the diesel pump is. I think we pulled it a little bit further than that. And you can already see, if you refer to the boats which are just over the solar panel on the left hand side, that we're at quite an angle already. I think we're about 45 degrees here. So we've already swung the boat round quite a bit. It's a bit deceiving on this camera because it's sort of a wide angle, bit of a fisheye effect. You get a bit of a bend of the shoreline, if I can call it that, but you can see how our boat is angled to the boats which are just on the left there, and yeah, the angle's getting a bit big. We're still just sort of backing away and about to push hard against the pivot point here, or where we think it should be, so we should start winding again soon. In fact, I think we're already motioning that way. And as I said in the animation, what happens here is you put a little forward gear on, so you're pushing against the service pontoon with the bow of the boat, and I've got the tiller hard over to the right, and what that does is cause the back end of the boat to swing around to the right. Again, referencing those boats across to the left hand side, you can see we're almost straight, and in fact I should start reversing any moment, and the boat's looking a little bit freer at the front, so I think we're starting to back into our mooring pontoon here. What will happen is Carol will throw the rope onto the bow of the boat, and she'll start her walk back around the marina, and she'll come and join me once we're back, and there she goes. So she's thrown the rope onto the bow of the boat. Now the wind is taking us a little bit to the left here, and fairly soon you'll see my neighbour at the front there. He is pushing our boat away and keeping it away from clonking he's got some fenders down the side, but it's best if we don't touch his boat too much, and he's just holding us there while we back in at our leisure, and you'll see our mooring pontoon soon. And there's our other neighbour on the other side, or neighbouring boat should I say. Now it's a fairly relaxed reversing procedure from this point. In fact, at this point you can also, and I probably have, just let the engine now idle, and you can jump off your boat and sort of manhandle it back in here. So I've probably got hold of the back rope here, pulling it gradually back in. And there we are. We are stopped, and now it's just a question of tying up the mooring ropes, and we're in. Not too bad, fairly successful. Not expert by any means, but Yeah, we did all right for a first time. And there we are, all moored up, and our neighbour Cliff coming down, and we'll have a chat. And we're all done. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you soon.